Greetings, brethren, and welcome back to the How to Get Better at Chess series, where I, the Chess Crusader, will help you get better at chess by playing a game of chess and explaining my moves, my ideas, my openings, tactics, things like that. We also have a coach down below who will give us some more ideas and insights to supplement how I am going to help you get better at chess. Then we'll do a game review at the end. So let's get right into it. Today we're going to be playing against a 1,000 rated player. Coach today. Okay. B2 aiming at the center. What's yours? He's definitely not on a move like this. This is very strange. If you're just getting into chess, or you're rated 1,000, even above 1,000, I think most players they would just want to put a pawn in the center somewhere. Let's put this pawn here just for fun. Put the queen's pawn forward. Okay, and he brings this pawn forwards. See, he likes our last move. There you go. Now all we're going to do is we're going to try to develop some pieces. We're not going to play any opening theory here. We're just going to say, hey, what are good moves? How do I find them? How do we play them? Well, we want to get out our knights next, and pawns if possible. 2 pawns in the center if you can, but you can't because it'll just get taken. So let's bring this knight forward. Wrong choice. Your knight enters the game and fights for the center. Well, that's certainly true. Our opponent here, he's putting a lot of pawns on dark squares. This isn't great because how's he ever going to get this bishop out? And it just makes like weaknesses. You want to kind of keep things kind of level so that you can move pawns as you need to. Anyways, yeah, we're blessed with choice here. We can put, our bishop there if we want. We can put our bishop here if we want. Probably get a knight out or this bishop. It's either that or bring this pawn forward, but we don't want to put our pawn there because then our bishop can't get out. So we'll just bring our knight forward here. Good choice. You're getting your knight out into the game. Let's see what my queen can do. This is not a good move. Number one, you block your bishop in case you ever decided to move your pawn. But also, what's your queen doing out this early? You want to develop your knights and stuff first. So, yeah, we're definitely doing great here. An idea we can do is just this here. We can bring our pawn forward because before we couldn't because we couldn't do anything about it. It would just get taken. But now with this, we can put our pawn here. And if he takes it, we can put our knight back in the center, and that'll be fine. Another good idea in general, we could just bring out a bishop. This move will be good because then it allows us to move our bishop out, but we'll put our bishop here. No problems with that. Okay, he wants to move his queen again. That's not a great move. Not really at all, actually. If we were able to get our bishop here to see the rook, that would be really good. The only thing is that he can push this pawn forward, which is defended by this knight, so that doesn't quite work. So we'll just try to play solid for now. We can do lots of stuff. But the best move is probably this pawn move that we were talking about before. That's the right way to attack the pawn chain. Okay. So I sense an opportunity for you. Well, this opportunity seems like probably along the lines of this. That would make sense. Takes, who knows? We could even do something like this. Sorry. Where, hey, he brought out his queen early, so we can try to attack it. That's a way to do. So if we bring out our bishop here, it pins the queen to the king. So that's really bad. That's another reason you don't want to bring your queen out too early. And there's nothing my opponent can actually do about this because then my queen can't actually move out of the way. So we can just, yeah, a pin can be a powerful tactic. Well, now we win a queen, just as easy as that. I guess 1,000 rated bots make mistakes as well. You've played above my rating in the opening. Keep it up. And there you go. It's just that simple. Find good moves and play them. Okay, my opponent pushes this pawn forward. It doesn't really threaten anything. Maybe he wants to, I don't know, push this again, but that doesn't super matter. We're just really ahead in the opening because we're up a queen. We're up 6 points of material. So lots of stuff we can do. We can try to open up the center. That's good. We can just try to go for his king right away because I can just castle my king because I have a lot more development than he has. The only piece that he has that's activated right now is this bishop. Other than that, all of his pawns are on light squares. So my dark squared bishop is my light squared bishop is very powerful. Yeah, so let's just open up the center. Lots of good moves here. When you're ahead, it's good to trade down. Yeah, I could not agree more. Something we can do here is we can try to castle. This way, he has some pawns coming this way, so it's not the best move. We're still totally winning, so it's fine. But something we can utilize here is a pin. If we bring our queen out here, it'll develop our queen, but it'll also pin this bishop to the king so that it can't actually do anything. Yeah, immobilized my bishop by pinning it to the king. Okay, so now he's going to bring out his knight, which this is a really bad move. You're getting ready to castle. Well, that is not good because I can go here with my bishop, which is going to, at the bare minimum, force a trade, which he doesn't want. But yeah, it's just good in general because here he can't move his knight because then it would be checkmate because the bishop and the queen would work together. And yeah, if he just castles, then I'm just going to trade, and that's just totally good for me. So I'll go here. Probably going to castle up next. Yeah, he sees what I'm up to there. That's totally fine. Um, Something I need to be concerned about myself is now my queen is on the same line as my king. So if somehow he was able to get his rook here defended, I would lose my queen probably. So yeah, we can just probably castle now. Just play safe. Might as well. I have an option to castle this way or this way. Probably just castle this way just so I can fire my pawns and stuff at the king. Because if I castle this way, I bring my pawns forward. That's kind of weakening to myself. So we will castle this way. I zig and you zag. Opposite side castling can result in fireworks on the board. That is exactly what I am aiming to do. Okay. I zig you zag. Opposite side castling can result in fireworks on the board. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. There's not really any reason to trade this other than I'm up material, so it makes tons of sense. Something I might try to do now is try to get in with this pawn. Like, just try to open up this side of the board completely, right? That would be a good idea. So, how do I do that? Well, I can go here. Not great, because then you can just take, and then my knight is threatened. So, I might try to go here and then here. Okay, he's going to move his king. If you keep playing well, you could be my coach. Yep, that's the entire goal here, Coach David. And, yeah, hopefully for you, the viewer, too. So our goal here is to just get rid of these pawns. Try to get to the king. Okay, so he's just going to do some random move over here. That's fine. His bishops are staring over here, so it's kind of a bit scary for that. I have to be careful, but opening up space in front of the king is a great idea, so we will do that. This knight moved to capture this pawn. Now I have to just be worried about these bishops see each other, so I need to be a little careful about that. It's still totally fine. So I might just trade. Probably, yeah, we'll just trade. Why not? Smart is generally a good idea to trade pieces when you're up in material. I could not agree more. So now what are we going to do? We're going to try to work our knight probably and our queen over here. If I go here, this is good because it threatens the rook. And then I just have a queen on the back line, which is notoriously very good. So I will go here. With my queen, you threaten my rook, which wins you a tempo. Yep, that's true. Now, something that's pretty good. We want to attack the king. How are we going to do that? Well, we can do lots of different things, such as bring some rooks on the file to try and do something, or bring this knight over here to try and attack this square. It doesn't work because the rook defends that square, but everything over here is kind of locked down, so I might as well try to sneak in here somehow. I'm finding a safer square. Let's get this rook over here. A piece that can attack more squares is more powerful. Nice idea. Yeah, this file is good. My bishop feels at home on this diagonal. I'm not sure why it does because I can just take it. So I will do that. He took my bishop. Nice move. Yeah, might as well. Okay, so he moves his rook here for some reason. I don't know why. You're doing great. Keep going. Sure. We'll bring our knight here because then we threaten some dangerous stuff, even checkmate over there. So might as well bring our knight there. How should I respond? Of course, he's got to go there. Now we might as well put more pressure on this piece here and just bring my rook and just try to barrel in. You should end up winning a rook if you find the right moves. Yeah. So lots of ideas. We could just go here and then just try to get in there, which is good. We can also go here because it does a check on the king. Doesn't do too much more than that, though. We have a lot of momentum here, so we'll just go here. We'll take with the rook. Come on top after the dust settles, absolutely. And now that is checkmate. And he defends against that, which, you know, that's good, except now we just get to check and then go here and go there. So That's how you beat a 1000 rated Coach David, I suppose. Bravo, that is mates. Okay, we'll go on to a game review very quickly here. But see how finding just, hey, moves that make sense, taking your time, really helps you get good at chess. What I recommend is playing on something that doesn't have as much of a time restriction, such as rapid. So like 10-minute games, that's good. A lot of people try to get good doing blitz, which you're just kind of reacting. You're not thinking too much about it. I definitely recommend to get better at chess, you play 10-minute games. Okay, so we will go to the game review here. Loading the game review up. Where's my game review? Here. Did it not do it? I swear I clicked game review. I might have missed it. I don't know. Anyway, here we are. Okay, a nice tactical blow in the opening. Let's look at your great moves. Okay, so we got one great move. We got a 89% accuracy. Played like a 1450. He played like an 1100. I don't know how. I felt like he played pretty below that. But hey, if that was an 1100 and you can beat him using the strategies we just used, then there you go. Yeah, 1450. Let's start the review. He opens like this, which is very strange. Yeah, a slow but flexible move that, you know, allows him to Inketo the bishop and then bring this knight out and then castle. Usually in this move set, he brings out the knight first, but, you got options. Okay, this is a book move. I didn't know this was a book move, but if you just play solid enough moves, it's all fine. See, we're bringing out our knight, and now we're away from theory. So, okay, best option was develop a knight and attack the center. Yeah, see how bringing out your queen this early? Not good. It's already plus 1.4. Doesn't super matter unless you're a super GM, but yeah, it wanted me to bring this pawn forward right away. We did discuss this. We did discuss whether or not we were going to do this because take, get the knight out, and then that was good. But I decided to get the bishop out. Totally fine. Yeah, brings out his queen. Move the same piece, which is less efficient for an opening play. Which is, yeah, it's not good because now he's only got his queen out, and I've got 3 pieces out with this pawn move, which was determined to be the best. He didn't even trade. He just brings out his bishop to this square, which doesn't even do anything, which just allows us to find this pin of the queen on the king. And yeah, that was pretty much lights out from right there. But yeah, taking in the center, finding this pin. Yeah, we castled alongside. That's totally fine. Best to try. And when we were discussing here what we wanted to do, yeah, we just wanted to start throwing pieces at the king to try and weaken him. So this move, to allow this move, was certainly the best plan. Maybe didn't want me to do that. They wanted me to move this queen over, I guess, for a check, try and get this rook, which is like optimal, I guess, but we were just kind of going for attack, get to the queen, to the king, sorry, and yeah. Bring our queen there, stack the rook. Not the best move, but not bad either. It wanted us to bring this rook here. That's a good move, actually, because, well, it would be setting up a brilliant move, I'm sure, because if you take this, you can't take back with the pawn, but you can take back with the king, and then you bring this rook over here, and it's just, you're just destroying the king on the back line there. Which, not easy to find. I didn't see it. I just played simple. We're up 6 points of material here, so we're just playing it simple, trying to find ideas that work. He gives up his bishop for free. That's totally fine. Yeah, go there, double load it, and it was force mate, and we found the force mate in 4 moves, but you don't need to find the force. Figure them out, or just play nice simple chess, trade until you're up pieces, and then figure out the endgame. And that'll be all for this episode. Maybe next time we'll play a harder opponent. Last time we played a 1600, I believe. So if you're more interested in a more tough opponent, feel free to go watch that. But until then, Godspeed, brethren. Thank you for watching.